Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we will continue from where we left off yesterday. And just to summarize, yesterday we saw how to scan a single IP and a single port. In today's session, we will see how to scan a single IP for multiple ports. So instead of getting user input for the port, let's learn how to use arrays and also how to use for loops in this example. So let's copy what we did yesterday and we'll create a new file. Since we're going to be using multiple ports, let's call multiple ports, and let's paste the same code and we'll make some changes. And we will not be asking any input from the user for the port, so let's delete that. And I don't think we need this variable as well. And then so let's declare an array of ports. So in Golang, you declare array in this format. So let me first type few ports. So let's say we want to scan port 443. I'm just giving some random examples. Okay, I think we have a set of 5 ports in this array. So this will be an index of 0, index of 1, index of 2, index of 3 and 4. And you can add as many as you need. And this represents that this list or array list can go as any number of entries. And it is of type integer. So you can replace this to string, but you need to make sure to wrap these individual elements by quotes. And so you have a list of ports, and now you need to use the same code to iterate through this same logic, and we can see whether the port is open or closed. So for loops in Golang is pretty straightforward, and we're going to, so in this case we are getting the IP address to scan. So once we get that, we have the IP in this variable. So for ports, so we're going to do for I, let's do I, comma, port. We're going to be doing a range of ports. So let me explain that after typing. So we're going to wrap this whole thing in this. So this whole code will be going in this for loop. So for each port, we'll be doing this logic, right? We're doing an sprintf, and then we're going to be doing IP and port. So for the IP will be the user provided input, and the port will be from this array list. And we don't need a use, we don't have a use for this index I, and so we can just do an underscore like we saw last time. So in Golang, the first parameter or the first variable will be the index. So this will be like if you have an I variable here, the I will index from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so forth, right? But all we are interested in the ports, which is the second parameter, so which will be on this particular variable. So as this loop goes through, this will iterate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it will dial out 5 times to get the to check and see if the port is open or closed. Let's see if we have to change anything else. So we have the host IP, and I think everything looks pretty good. Let's compile and see if we get any errors. Okay, so it is asking for IP to scan. Let's so let's use the same IP as yesterday, which is okay. Something is not right. Okay, so I don't think the formatting is correct here. So let's check the code and see what's going on. So the sprintf Okay, so here if you look, this port is an integer, right? And we are using a percentage %s, and that's what it is not able to resolve. So let's try to change that to %d, and likewise it should be %d here. So we are doing a %s, which is the string, the IP address, and then the port is coming from this array list. So let's compile one more time. Okay, it says 2 ports are open. Let's comment this for now because we don't need to print the formatted string. So let's run one last time and see how it looks. Again, everything is printed in one line, right? Just for readability, let's add a new line to this code. So for new line, you just put /n. This is pretty typical of any programming language. So after printing this, the next one will be printed in a new line. So running it again. Okay, now it looks good. So it says port 80 is open, 443 is open, 444 is closed, and 3389 is open. As you can see, this provides a more flexibility than last time, and you can add more ports in this list, and you can scan for this one IP address. You can also extend the same program to IP addresses. So you can provide IP addresses in a list, and you can iterate over that, and also iterate for each IP address. You can iterate for each port. So this the purpose of this training series is to just introduce you the concepts, and once you know that, you can create your own tools whichever suits your needs. And that's all for this video. In the next one, we will look and see a different example, and we'll also learn some other language feature. Thanks everyone for your time.